Never trust a big button and smile collective. It is a phrase coined by three men from Boston, Bill Bill DeVoe, in the song called Poison. And it is a poignant and short phrase that today is a PSA. Yeah, it means the literal sense, but it has so much deeper meaning. And when I was growing up in the 1900s, I didn't understand what it meant because I was a child. But today, I totally get it. Whether they meant it on purpose or not, it means the literal sense. However, it also means don't trust what you see on paper. Don't trust the surface level of a situation because there's always something different going on below. You know, pretty things, ugly things can be wrapped in a pretty ass bow. It doesn't make it any less ugly. All right? That's what they're saying. So, today we are going to find out from your spirit team, Cancer, how to avoid fucking around and finding out. I'm Shauna, and this is your highest good tarot. Take this message as it resonates, and it's not going to resonate for everybody, and that's okay. Now, keep in mind, Cancer, that this message may be talking about something that is going to happen, or it might be something that is going on right now. Spirit, what is the situation Cancer Spirit Team wants them to avoid, to keep from fucking around and finding out? What is the situation Cancer Spirit Team wants them to avoid to prevent them from fucking around and finding out, Spirit? Yeah, this is some real stuff. Like, it was a banger growing up, but you know, it's so much more than a hot ass song. So much more than a hot ass song. We got the Knight of Blues. That's the Knight of Cups. We got the Six of Roots or the Six of Coins. And we have the Knight of Roots, the Knight of Coins. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, oof. Yep. A clear sign of fucking around and finding out. We got the Tower. There is um this is one of those sudden changes that happens, which is evident with the Tower presenting in any reading. The change isn't always disastrous. Sometimes it's just so sudden, it can be traumatic. It doesn't mean that it's, negative. However, this is a reading about fucking around and finding out. So, at the center of this message, your spirit team is guiding me towards the lightning and the impending smoke from the fire. And it's one of those things where when you see smoke after a lightning strikes, you best believe there's a fire. This spread, we have the Knight of Blues, Six of Roots, and the Knight of Roots. This is one of those situations where um, you're putting in a lot or giving way too much Cancer to somebody else. And what it feels like is that it's one of those situations where you're throwing or putting a lot of financial, feeding a lot of finances into another person who is actually not really feeling you in that sense. And not only are the feelings not reciprocated, the finances aren't being reciprocated. You're not getting anything back. So it's one of those situations where if you keep feeding it, you are the one that's going to end up in heartbreak, because it's you keep offering the smile on her face, how she's offering these biscuits, like, come on in, you know, that's how it is. Oh yeah, I'll lend you $500. Oh yeah, you need to get your some stamps for your stamp collection. Yeah, I'll lend you the money for it. Yeah, yeah, that's random. I know, y'all. But that's how it is. It's like you freely give away. And this person, instead of being focused on returning um, the love or paying you back, they're more focused on what they want to do with what you giving them. I'm gonna put this tower card here to the side. Yeah, at about after that, behind the tower card is the fool. You know, it's like you take this butterfly that she is, you know, basking in the sun with, and there are other butterflies. Like, you are following these butterflies, like, to this person. Like the fool, it's I'm not paying attention to any of the red flags. I'm not paying attention to any of the signs and synchronicities that may be signaling to me that I need to stop. Tell us more about the situation for Cancer. And Cancer, please don't take my tone if it's you are, you know, offended as judgment. This is my passion because I have been there, you know, been in those shoes, walked around miles and miles and miles and miles until I learned the lesson. So what came out? Here is the Three of Roots, or the Three of Coins. Then we have the King of Jazz. That is the King of Wands. And we have the Nine of Axes. That's the Nine of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Seven of Jazz, or the Seven of Wands. They have other folks around them that they are entertaining. And it's like everybody fits into a separate box for them. Um, they have you, who is seemingly more stable financially, maybe even emotionally, that they come to for those needs. And then there's somebody who they can get hot and heavy with. And then there's somebody who probably cooks really well. You know, it's kind of like that. And this is outside of gender identity, outside of biological sex. This person puts people in a box to suit their needs. Meanwhile, you're stressing here over this person and how you can get them to um, reciprocate and to pour into you the way you pour into them, and they have no intentions of doing that. You know, you are fighting a battle that you cannot win, because this is not somebody who is willing to succeed. You know, even though you coming with the flames and stuff like that, they were going to do what they want to do. And this is going to be one of those situations, one of those events in your life, that if the more that you feed into it, the harder it's going to hit when the rejection becomes real. Yeah, I want to clarify this tower just so we can make it clear. Can we clarify this tower, and then Cancer will go into what their feelings are towards you. We'll use the Oracle deck for that. Can we clarify the Tower, please, for Cancer? That is the fuck around and find out moment, the Tower card there. Clarifying Cancer. Clarifying the Tower for Cancer. Okay. Knight of Axes. This person is somebody, and that's the other thing, is knights everywhere. This is somebody who is immature. They're not on a level that you are on. And the Knight of Axes is somebody who rushes into something and talks a good game. And but there's usually no follow through. They'll start something, but then they might finish it, they might not. But as long as they're getting what they need, if they get what they need before things are done, it is what it is until it ain't no more. Let's see. Let's see with the Oracle deck what this person, what is the Knight of Roots' feelings towards Cancer here? What's the Knight of Roots' feelings towards Cancer? Yeah, go ahead and like it, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell while you're at it. What's the Knight of Roots' feelings towards Cancer spirit? What's the Knight of Roots' feelings towards Cancer? Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and it hurts. It hurts because you really want to believe in people. You want to believe the representative and the things that they say. Feelings towards Cancer, please. But we also have to pay attention to the signs, the red flags. If they haven't paid you back yet, chances are they won't. If they haven't completely sown into you or poured into you, chances are they're not going to. No matter what we put into it. Okay. Let's see what we have here, Cancer. So the first one that came out was DM slide. And at the bottom of this card, it says unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the water, sliding into your inbox. Really, all they do is like send you little messages to see what they can get out of you. And sometimes it is, sexual. Sometimes but most of the time, Cancer is probably financial. And then they throw you a little something to keep you hanging on. It's like their communication with you is inconsistent. It's consistently inconsistent because they only reach out when they need something from you. What else came out is hustle mode. Hustle mode. Grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort, sleep can wait. You're somebody who works hard. You love hard. You express deeply. And they know this. Not only that, but you have built something around you that they may want a part of, but they don't want to do the work. So they are in hustle mode to get into or get pieces of that. Whatever you're willing to forfeit, they'll take it. And they'll do whatever they got to do. They'll grind however they need to grind, just a little bit, just to get that come up off of you. Photoshopped, faked perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, filtered beyond recognition. It's not real. None of their feelings that they things that they're saying, like, yeah, they may like you. They like you enough to A, B, and C. But is it going into the um the realm of where you want it to be? Nah. They're selling you a dream. They're selling you a beachfront house, oceanfront house in Utah. If you don't get, if you didn't catch that, then I'm just saying, booked and busy. Yeah, if you didn't get that, you'll catch it on the way home. Booked and busy. It says productivity high, full schedule, no time to waste. Success is on the calendar. It's your time to focus on you. Be booked and busy with yourself. Actually, that busy part kind of bothers me because busy can mean it brings about burnout, right? So you want to be more focused on other things because you got shit to do, Cancer. And when you focus on other things, especially focusing on yourself and elevating yourself, doing that work, whether it's elevating spiritually, emotionally, financially, or professionally, you won't have time to worry about who is trying to feed off of you. This person is a bottom feeder. Not that you at the bottom, but they'll take your crumbs because they don't want to work for it. Your success comes through focusing on you and the things that you have to do. Your success in love is the same thing. Because when you begin to love yourself and treat yourself a certain way, other people have to fall in line. Other people will see that shit. And either they will shit or get up the pot. Let's go to your advice here. What's the advice? Advice here for Cancer. Cancer, if you would like a personal reading, they are available. Send me an email. They're okay. Y'all saw that? Send me an email. There are multiple ways to get one. And I will let you know what your options are and the processes to get that done. All right. So we have the Two of Wands. This is your advice. And Temperance. This is where you expand beyond what you could see. You start to plan more things to do that you want to do, that you like to do. Make this about you because that's where the healing begins. That's where the balance starts to come into play. That is how you start to build that harmony within, and as well as the peace. You know, you go from the nine of axes or the nine of swords to Temperance, where you're pouring into you over and over, and then somebody else comes in to pour into you, and then you're in overflow. You're already in overflow, but it keeps coming because they're adding to what you're pouring into yourself. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Sun. And this is all about, you know, that peace, that joy, the confidence in yourself and who you are, and knowing that you are already whole and that nobody is coming in to complete you. You don't need that outside validation, Cancer, because it's already there. No one has to complete you because you're already complete. That's what wholeness is about, right? So if when somebody comes in, they are complimenting you. They are that icing or the cake. And if you don't like icing, powdered sugar, you know, glaze, I don't know, whatever it is, that's what who they are. They are just, you know, complimenting you, not completing you, because you're already whole. You are beautiful. Your soul is amazing and you shine bright. You shine bright. And what we don't want is for you to fuck around and find out that this person isn't who you think they are. This person isn't going to be who you want them to be. And this is that heads up that sticking around too long will make it even harder for when that shit hits. And so this two of wands is like telling you, okay, it's time to plan to do more out here, outside, away from this energy. You see how she's looking beyond what's in front of her. That's what spirit is saying. That's their advice. The next steps are beyond what you can see, but they're for you. This is about you leaving the comfort zone of being in a relationship or a situation that doesn't serve you or your needs or your wants. And although this person may be pretty, the things that they say may be pretty, you better not trust that big butt and smile. That's all we got to say. Is that it, Spirit? That's it. That's all. All right, Cancer. I hope this has helped you, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, bye.